Would you like to learn in the next 10 or 12 minutes a simple strategy for changing your life for the better? Would you like to feel better physically, take control over any difficult emotions, and even break the patterns of self-defeating behaviors that might be holding you back? Self-hypnosis is the tool that I've used as a clinical hypnotherapist to help my clients experience success for the last 30 years. I'm Dr. Richard Nongard. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, but in addition to working with clients over the last 30 years, I've also applied the principles of self-hypnosis in my own life, and I've achieved some wonderful things as a result of practicing self-hypnosis. I'm going to be guiding you through a very specific method of self-hypnosis that is simple to follow and easy to do. It doesn't require 45 minutes or 50 minutes of time. In fact, it's a very short process, about 5 or 6 minutes. And you can dedicate 5 or 6 minutes 2 or 3 times a day over the next couple of days and use this process to find positive results in your own life. I call this the P.O.W.E.R method of hypnosis because P.O.W.E.R, P-O-W-E-R, is an acronym to help you remember the steps or the stages that you're going to go through to access the resource state that we call hypnosis. Now, I know that you've probably seen hypnotists on Hollywood movies, and they're portrayed as the all-powerful person who has the ability to seize control over another person, but that's not really what hypnosis is all about. Hypnosis is about being able to access the resource state of hypnosis, which I define as creativity, which I define as intuition, which I define as accessing our higher self and our greatest level of potential. At no time during this process are you going to be asleep or zonked or zapped or unconscious like a Hollywood movie. In fact, when I'm working with clients in my office in hypnosis, although they may be in a deep state of relaxation, and while you're watching this video, creating a self-hypnosis experience, you also may be in a deep state of relaxation, and no time are people ever asleep. Now, the P stands for the present moment. This is really important. Think of the words from the great Master P.O.W.E.R. The great Master P.O.W.E.R said, "Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. All we have is the present, and that is why it's a gift." Now, some of you are thinking to yourself, I know that name, the great Master P.O.W.E.R, but who is he? He is the turtle from Kung Fu Panda. And those words of wisdom that were in that movie are words of wisdom that can help guide us through the process of self-hypnosis. Staying in this minute, this moment, this breath is all about living in the present moment. You see, yesterday is almost always filled with regrets, but we never have the ability to go back and change our past. In fact, we probably wouldn't want to change our past even if we could, because despite the fact that there were some hard times, the past brought us to where we are today and has made you the person who wants to seek change and be your very best. And that's a very good place to be. Of course, the future is unknown. They say that most of the things that we worry about never materialize. And I've experienced that in my own life, where I've been worried about a particular event or scenario or something that somebody may have told me or that I may be anticipating, only to find that everything has changed by the time that time actually comes around. Anxiety is something, though, that many people live with. And the reason why is because rather than being in the present moment, they're focused on the future. Now, the O in P.O.W.E.R stands for an open mind. One of the things that's really important in self-hypnosis and all hypnosis is that we're open to the possibility that we can experience change. The great thing about self-hypnosis is we get to access really our higher self, that part of us that is intuitive, that part of us that knows what's best for us, that part of us that will care for us. And we have to have an open mind and allow ourselves to be willing to actually be good to ourselves, to practice self-hypnosis on a daily basis, 2 or 3 times a day, 5 or 7 days in a row, so that we can see tremendous and powerful change. Now, the W stands for written. You may have noticed I have in my hands here yellow stickies and a pad of paper. I've actually written some things down here, and these are some suggestions that I want to give myself. Or more specifically, I've actually written down some affirmations that I want to give myself. Because affirmations are a powerful way of giving yourself self-suggestions during self-hypnosis. And I think it's really important to actually write our suggestions down or affirmations down. So before I started this video, I actually brainstormed a couple of affirmations that are going to be useful to me, and I'll share those with you as I demonstrate the process of self-hypnosis. E is explore. When we enter into the resource state that we call hypnosis, when we provide our subconscious mind with the affirmations that we've written down before we begin, we can then explore in our own mind what benefits we might derive from stepping into those affirmations or those suggestions that we've made. And the R stands for ratify or receive. It's very important that we open ourselves not only to the possibility that change can occur, but to receive the change that we've been willing to give ourselves. You see, many of us struggle our entire life with negative hypnotic messages. We've been told, perhaps, that we have limitations, or that we can't do certain things, or that opportunities are only available for other people, or only certain people are able to achieve a level of health or wealth or happiness. And the reality is, each one of us has within ourselves the potential to experience abundance and success and happiness and peace and calm and tranquility, even when life is truly difficult. And opening ourselves to receiving this is the letter R, or the last of the 5 stages in our acronym P.O.W.E.R. Now, before I guide you through the process of the P.O.W.E.R method of self-hypnosis, I want to point out a couple things. There are many different ways to do self-hypnosis. In fact, I could literally teach an entire semester-long college course on the multiple ways to enter into and benefit from self-hypnosis. This is just a short video teaching one of many different methods. And I want to make sure that you also access the 2 downloadable audio sessions that I've provided. These 2 sessions will allow you to experience self-hypnosis in 2 different ways. The first one is a relaxation session that guides you through a series of physical and mental relaxation exercises that can help you to alleviate anxiety or stress, and the research actually shows to benefit your physical health as well. The second audio MP3 focuses on the idea of mindfulness and staying focused on the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or looking towards the future. By staying in the present moment, we are mindful. And as I've said many times before, as long as we're breathing, no matter what else is going on, we're actually okay. And so a mindfulness training exercise that helps us to stay in the present moment has been demonstrated to help people in a number of different ways. In fact, in cancer treatment programs throughout the country, mindfulness meditation, or a self-hypnosis technique that focuses on mindfulness, is taught literally each and every day throughout the country to individuals for pain control, for dealing with difficult emotions, and for stepping into health and wealth, both prior to and following surgery. So these 2 resources are available to you in addition to what I'm going to be teaching you in this video, and I want to make sure that you let me know where to send those resources so that you will have them to download. Now let me focus on the 5 elements of the P.O.W.E.R method. Before we began the video, I actually wrote down a couple of things, and what I wrote down are some affirmations, essentially positive affirmations. Now, R.J. Banks wrote an incredible book on the law of attraction, and he talks about a method of affirmation called the P.O.W.E.R, the Ask, Believe, and Receive method of writing down essentially powerful, life-transforming, positive affirmations. And they always begin with I am. His book is titled The Power of I Am. And so using I am statements, because it's focused on me and my ability to create change from within, I am is a set of words that activate our unique internal resources to help us experience success in the context of asking ourselves, believing in ourselves, and then being willing to receive ourselves. So I don't know if you've noticed a little bit of difficulty in my voice, and the reality is that I've had some health concerns with my voice over the last couple of years. The good news is I visited my doctor this week, and things are on the upswing, and that's really good news. But because allergy season is here, and it's important that I use my voice as a teacher and as a therapist, I'm going to give myself a set of affirmations about my health, specifically my voice. So my ask affirmation I've written down here is, I am asking my body for strength and health. I am asking my body for strength and health. My believe affirmation is, I am believing that my voice is strong. I am believing that my voice is strong. And my receive affirmation is, I am receiving strength and health. I am receiving strength and health. So I've used the P.O.W.E.R method of I am affirmations here, and that's what I've written down on the top part of my paper. On the bottom part of my paper, I've written down affirmations that are written a different way, today, or in other words, right now. And so I've written down 3 affirmations that might be useful to you. They're certainly useful to me, and they all deal with taking control of eating habits. And that's something I've really determined that I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks and months. So these are specifically focused on my eating patterns and eating habits. So today, I choose nutrient-dense foods. We know that the greater the nutrient level of the food, the better it is for us. All calories are not equal. A nutrient-dense calorie is a lot better for you than a calorie filled with junk food. Today, I eat smaller portions. That's something that I plan on doing. In fact, today, because I gave myself these affirmations this morning, it is something I noticed I intuitively did throughout the day. And the third today affirmation is, today, I am losing weight. Today, I am losing weight. So that's what I've written down on this piece of paper here. And what I'd like you to do is actually get a piece of paper and write down some of your own affirmations. You can write down either today affirmations, or you can write down I am affirmations, or you can write down affirmations that use the ask, believe, receive method. And if you're not familiar with writing affirmations, you can simply write down on one piece of paper one simple affirmation, something that you need to tell yourself in order for you to experience success and abundance and the prosperity that you'd like. Now, this is really important here. When you write down an affirmation, always write it in a positive. Rather than writing, I will quit smoking, write, I will breathe fresh air and treat my body with care, right? Rather than writing, I won't eat junk food, write, I will choose nutrient-dense foods, or I will choose healthy portions. So you can write down one affirmation if you want to, or you can write down a couple of affirmations like I've done here. But what's most important is that as we get ready to do the power method of self-hypnosis, you've written affirmations on a piece of paper. You can write them on a yellow sticky. You can write them on an index card if you'd like to. But have that in front of you. You can even pause the video now if you need to in order to write that down on a piece of paper and have it in front of you. Now that you've taken a moment to write down an affirmation on a piece of paper or an index card, or a couple of different affirmations that might be useful to you, using any method of writing affirmations or hypnotic suggestions that you'd like to, let's begin the process. And the first step is P, the present moment. And so simply follow along the process as I go through this process using my affirmations, and you, of course, will use the affirmations that you've written down for yourself, or even the single affirmation, and that's just fine as a starting point. The first P is to focus on the present moment. And so the easiest way to do this is to simply close the eyes down and pay attention to the breath. And as you pay attention to the breath, really pay attention to what it's like to breathe the air in and follow the breath, if you will. Pay attention to the breath as you breathe it into the lungs, and you'll notice that kind of like a swimmer turning at the end of a swimming pool during the Olympics, your breath turns around in the lungs and becomes an exhale. And pay attention to your breath. We go through life without really paying attention to breathing. But the breath makes a tremendous focal point because each breath marks each moment. And so continue to just breathe in and breathe out. It's perfectly okay to adjust for comfort in the chair where you're sitting. And allow yourself to enjoy this moment. Set aside any regrets or concerns of yesterday and any fears of tomorrow. And anytime you notice your mind wandering, simply bring it back to this present moment by focusing on your breath. And as you breathe in and breathe out with the eyes closed, allow yourself to open the mind to the infinite possibilities that you have, knowing that health and wellness and change and prosperity are all things that not only you can experience, but that you're entitled to as well. And open your mind to the possibility of what it would be like if you were able to step at the end of this session into a new chapter of life, accomplishing that which is most important to you. It feels pretty good, doesn't it? And now as you enjoy this moment, relax any muscles in the body that are carrying any tension of the day. And recognize that this time is time that you've set aside for yourself. And if your memory is good and your affirmation is short, you can continue with the eyes closed if you would like to. Or if you need to, like I do, it's perfectly okay to open the eyes. To open the eyes and to continue to enjoy this moment. And with your eyes open, gaze down at the card or the paper in front of you that has those affirmations and read or say those affirmations out loud. I'm asking my body for strength and health. I'm asking my body for strength and health. I'm believing my voice is strong. I'm believing my voice is strong. I'm receiving strength and healing. I am receiving strength and healing. Go ahead and close your eyes down now. And with your eyes closed down, repeat those affirmations again in your own mind. Your affirmation in this time, hearing your own voice and acting on what it is that you say. And if you have additional affirmations like I do, you can go ahead and open your eyes again and you can review the additional affirmations. Today, I, Richard, choose nutrient-dense foods. Today, I, Richard, choose nutrient-dense foods. Today, I, Richard, eat smaller portions. Today, I, Richard, eat smaller portions. Today, I am losing weight. Today, I am losing weight. Close your eyes down again if your eyes aren't closed. Pay attention to the next breath. Really focus on what this moment is like in the chair where you are and how wonderful it feels to have been good to yourself, and explore. Explore in your own mind the outcome of these affirmations. The outcome of activating the immune system, the outcome of activating new thoughts, the outcome of creating wonderful emotions, the outcome of committing to a new course of action in life. And take a minute or so to simply explore how wonderful it is to set aside yesterday and any fears of tomorrow and to be in this perfect moment. And now ratify these changes. Receive these changes. As you breathe in and breathe out, every breath in brings abundance and health and prosperity. And every exhale out releases anything known or unknown, keeping you from success, allowing you to receive that which is most important to you. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, noticing how wonderful it feels to create this experience of self-hypnosis and to have a new course of actions to help us step into a new chapter of life. And be ready in a moment to open the eyes, ready to enjoy the rest of the day, and ready to practice self-hypnosis using the P.O.W.E.R method of hypnosis at least twice a day or 3 times a day, each and every day for the next week or 2. When I count to 3, open the eyes. 1, paying attention to the chair below you and the air in the room around you. 2, feeling absolutely wonderful, stretching out any muscles that need to be stretched. And 3, opening the eyes, feeling fantastic and ready for the rest of the day. I've guided you now through a very simple process, the P.O.W.E.R method of self-hypnosis. You can utilize this to turn affirmations into actions. You can use this as a guide for entering into the resource state that we call hypnosis and deriving all of the benefits that the literature, peer-reviewed literature, shows that self-hypnosis can bring to us. I want to make sure that you access both of the recordings that I'm making available to you, so please use the box below and let me know where to email those resources to you. I want to thank you for participating today and for learning something new, the P.O.W.E.R method of self-hypnosis.